Joining me now to discuss is John Viveiros, host of Hot Take Hockey. John, good morning to you. So did you see this coming? What's your reaction to the Oilers win?
Good morning, Marcia. And I did see it coming. I think after the Edmonton Oilers' dominant victory in round one against the LA Kings, and just kind of what you talked about there, and their rough start and just kind of a team of destiny throughout the regular season to come back into the playoff picture, be a dominant team in the playoffs, and now go on this run. In the first 12 games of the regular season, they only had 2 wins. So they started really rough. And I really go back to like the 2019 St. Louis Blues when they were last place. Like this kind of reminds me of that scenario where Edmonton, they just had that team environment and just had that confidence built around their goalie, and you saw the reaction there hugging Stuart Skinner. So I saw it coming, and of course, I think a lot of Canadian fans are excited to see that representation in the Stanley Cup final again.
Absolutely. So much excitement now. And Saturday, big matchup against Florida. Defensively, a tough team. What are the Oilers up against now?
As you said, yes, a very tough defensive team and a defensive-built team by head coach Paul Maurice. I think with the Florida Panthers, they're going to be a really tough matchup for the Edmonton Oilers. I think the Oilers are very top-heavy with their offense, leading point getter in Connor McDavid, leading goal scorer Zach Hyman's leading the playoff race in goals with 14. So a lot of their goals and production has been around their top guys and, of course, the power play. And I think that's going to be a lesson for the Florida Panthers. You cannot let the Edmonton Oilers go on the power play. In case in point, last night, they scored both goals on the power play with only showing 10 shots on goal throughout the game. So I think that's going to be a trouble for the Edmonton Oilers, is being able to produce offense 5-on-5 throughout the whole game, which they have been able to do throughout the playoffs. But Dallas really shut them down last night, and it took the 2 power play goals just to have a 1-goal victory. So I think that's going to be the perspective for the Florida Panthers. Guys like Alexander Barkov, Gustav Forsling, that defensive matchup versus the top scorers for the Edmonton Oilers. I think that's going to be kind of the spotlight for that Stanley Cup final.
Do you want to make a prediction?
So I think it's going to be a chaotic final. I think Edmonton, like I just said, I think they're going to have the chance to really win this final. I think it's going to come down to the X factor in goaltending, as I said. So maybe Canadian fans would love to see the Oilers win the Stanley Cup at home in Game 6, but I think it's going to be, as I said, Marcia, chaotic. So I'm going to Game 7 down south in Florida, and maybe the Edmonton Oilers pull it off. So I'll go Oilers in 7.
We'll drag it out. John, great to see you this morning. Thanks so much. John is the host of Hot Take Hockey.
Thanks for having me.